Hey guys, this is CJ from Agent Smartly. Today we're talking about implied easement for your California real estate salesperson exam. By the way, all those key concepts and the study tools are available at agentsmartly.com. All right, let's get started. So first, let's go to the key concepts tab, and we're going down here, and we click this button for implied easement. Okay. So now let's take a look at everything about this key concept. So implied easement is a legal right to use someone else's land that courts recognize even there is no any written down. Okay, the keywords is right here. It's a legal right to use someone else's land, but there's nothing written down right here. So no formal agreement, that's the thing. And usually it happens when the land use makes necessary to access or have light or air. So the keywords is right here. It's necessary. It could be necessary to access the public road or access the light, the sunlight or the air. The both party clearly intend for that use to exist. Okay, so going down, let's take a look at the key points. There must be a clear intent by both parties for such easement exist, even there's no written down. So let's say your property and your neighbor's property, you both agree with that. But once again, no any written down like formal agreement, and the use of the land must be apparent. It must be very obvious and in existence at the time of the property transfer, and permanent, continuous, and reasonable use for the property. So both the dominant and servient states must be under the common ownership at the time the easement was created. Hope that's clear. So for this, dominant means who have the benefit, who gain the benefit. If it's you, it means you could cross your neighbor's land. And for the servient means who gave the benefits. So that's your neighbor give you access for their land. For the memory trick, think of IE, implied easement, implied because there is inferred by the court existence due to necessity and use. Okay, so there's the trigger here, APPC, apparent, means obvious, permanent, continuous, and necessary. So now let's take a look at the real world example. A landlocked property owner need access to the public road. The neighboring landowner's property has always have a visible path used for the access. So the both owner originally owned this land. So the court might recognize this is an implied easement for access based on the historical use. So even though there is no written agreement exists. So once again, two key points. First, it's necessary. So for the landlocked property, they have to across neighbor's property to get the access for the public road, right? And second one, there's no written agreement. Okay, so now let's summarize what we have learned today in this video guide. So first of all, definition. Easement, the property is right here, no written deeds. So once again, no written deeds, but you use it. And not written, no record, and based on operation of law and based on necessity or historical use. And there are two ways to create implied easements. First, by necessity. So landlocked property, no access, then you have to use your neighbor's land. So let's take a look at this visual example by necessity. So from the top right here, hope you can see right here, this area. This is the public road and this is the law B. They have no access to this, so they have to go through the law A in order to access the public road. So that which automatically create a implied easement through law A. So for the duration, determinants if there is alternative like a public road. Then if there's no necessary, then this kind of easement ends automatically. So for your exam tips, once again, not writing, remember, by law, not deeds. And also usually they will involve two parties, the dominant and the servient. Non-blocked means the one dominant, once again, who gets the benefit, right? So the access provider who serve you, servient. Okay, that will be pretty much all the important thing on this key concept, implied easement. And once again, if you are studying for your salesperson exam, you might check out this website, Agent Smartly. We have a lot of like useful study tools like this key concept we just learned about. And also you could practice questions right here. You could practice the full practice exam, or you could study by each topics. And also you could track your progress. And yeah, that will be today's topic. And if you like this content, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I will release more educational content like this every week. So that will be today's video, and bye for now and happy studying.